Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. A new video today in the 2013 Electra Glide Classic restoration or rebuild. As you guys saw in the last video, we completed the crash bar, all the foot floor, the lower fairing or the leg fairing, and today we're gonna start working on the back side. As we mentioned by the end of the last video about if the exhaust is lower on one side or no, we have the motorcycle on the jack, and actually we measured it and they are leveled, so we don't have to mess up with any of the brackets or remove anything. So we're just gonna keep going, take the tour back out, take that saddle back out. I'm gonna change that light bar to the Street Glide style one, and also we have an extension, so we're gonna have to remove that light as well, and we have the light that will fit into the extension. So let's get started.
All right, so when we gonna start to actually take that touring bag or back, whatever, there's two kind of them. One of them actually is completely fixed in the bike. The other one is quick release. This one is quick release, which is from both sides. You're gonna see this. All you have to do is just press up, and it's kind of tough. Sometimes you have to press down on. That's hard. Okay, let me get a big plier, but the other side is the same thing. If you look at it, it's right here. Actually, this side is easy. That side, I'm gonna get a big plier.
And I think the reason is, if you guys can see, that's straight, and that's here is bent from the accident. So I think
we're changing this, right?
Yeah. So I think that's why it's very hard.
Probably why.
Yeah. So let's get a plier and try to just push it up.
The quick release is you press up on this, then you twist the whole thing up. Sometimes it's hard. You might need chin lock just to help you. I just did it. Here you go. Let's do it from this side.
Push more.
Watch your hand. Watch your finger.
Just push. Yep. Should be easy. You should be able to remove it with your hand, but I think because of the accident, it just like got bent.
Oh, here you go. See? Twist up. And I think we're released.
Yeah.
That's it.
Let's use the other side.
And the other side.
I'm gonna hold it.
Okay. Yeah, please hold the whole bike. Once you lift it up from back here, lift it up, just pull backward.
Okay.
See, because this C shape, it lands here. Landed.
This C landed to the front, not to the back. So,
Oh.
yep.
Okay, I can see.
Yeah. So this.
So here.
That C go here.
And the other side. Oh, see, because the accident.
Yeah.
Now can I put it back in there? But
Okay.
what it happens is like you land it here, then both sides, then the back. You flick it, then you flick that easy release.
Okay. Now we're gonna take the saddle bag off, and the other side was completely smashed. This side I already removed one, but you have these kind of lock
This one?
bolt. Yeah, it go there, and there is like a wire in the back that tight around.
Can you show it here?
Yeah, you just like
Counterclockwise.
Yeah.
About quarter turn or half a turn.
and it will just
And
come
that's
right
it.
off. Move it up, and you have it out.
That's our new tour pack, but it doesn't come with the frame in the bottom. So we want to keep our quick release bracket or whatever option. So we're gonna take off this bracket, which is actually, if you notice here, is bent. So we're gonna take it off and try to actually straighten it out and put it back on the new one, so we'll have a quick release.
Well,
Let's
we need
see.
what,
What?
7/16.
7/16 wrench or 11 millimeter, which is from the inside of the tool pack. You're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. Whenever you see a ground wire, you have to put it back in the same spot, because that's gonna ground something. I'm not sure what it is. In this case, actually, it looks like it's like an antenna. Yeah. So yeah, it has something to do with the sound system. But anyways, I'm gonna put back that same ground wire. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I said, this 11 millimeter or 7/16. Just to get that bracket out. Is this whole thing. All right.
تتصور شوية كاميرا معدولة وشوية أقل.
All right, guys. It looks like straight to me. That's the old bracket from the old touring bag or pack, whatever. That back, big box. Anyways, oh yeah, the tour pack. Anyways, that's the bracket from the underneath for the quick release, and it looks actually. I straightened up the sides from the accident, from the crash, and it looks straight to me. We're gonna put it back on the new pack, and we will see how it looks like. But the other side is kind of loose, so let's tighten up this a little. Actually, it's not supposed to be tight like tight. It's supposed to move a little. So I think I did a mistake in this side, so let me get it a little bit loose. I did tighten up. Okay. Now it's moving, so it's good. So what we have to do, we have to put that back to the tour pack. And we gonna actually stop here, because before we put the tour pack back, we're gonna do some stuff with the Fender and some lightning and saddlebags and all that. That tour pack is supposed to be off.
So the next step, we're gonna move on and remove that light in the tip of that rear fender. We're gonna also remove the light bar, because we're gonna use the bullet style.
That's right here.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch to the bullet style signal lights, and we're gonna start put the saddlebags, put the extension. We have some epic stuff. We have a saddlebag with extensions, and we have also like the filler here with the extension too, and we have a light for it. That's why we're gonna remove that light. And we need to what size of that torque?
I think T25.
T25. There's 2 screws in the back here. We're gonna have to take them off, and then the light is held by 13 millimeters pulse from inside. Yeah. So let's start.
All right, so just a quick question. That backlight is gonna be the same?
Yeah, we're gonna just remove it so we can have access to the harnesses.
All right.
So let's start. These are 2 Phillips screws. We're gonna remove it. So we have a harness here. I think we push from down and just pull out. This harness we're gonna take, that's for the running light at the tip of the rear fender. So we're gonna have to remove it as well. Okay, and these 2 here are for the signal lights. I think we need that. Okay. Okay.
So they're gonna signal light, both of them clear.
And
The
this
bottom
one
light
for
is
the
clear.
running brake light.
And what did you say how to get that out?
These are two T25 screws down here.
Two of them, okay.
Yeah, we'll get the camera down there and we'll show it to you guys.
All right.
So to remove the harness for that the fender tip light, we had to remove a 11mm nut that was holding a bracket that has a wire inside. So that was the only thing that we didn't say at the beginning. Now we're gonna move on to remove that signal light bar. We're gonna have, I think, what was 13mm?
I believe yes.
These two poles here. Let me try to get more clear. Yeah, this one here and the other one is over there. These are 13mm, so let's remove these so we can take that signal light bar out. So guys, these two actually they are 1/2 inch. 13 was a little bit big, so these two here are 1/2 inch sockets or inches. So let's go ahead and remove them and take the signal light bar off. So now we remove the two poles so we can get the wire out. You just like push this one out and you're gonna get the wire out of that bracket.
All right, so we got the old signal bar out. Now we're gonna install this. But he has some new light bulbs for the bar, and that's how you take the face of the bar out. Okay, usually the bar is installed this way. Okay, so that's the back of the bike. If you go down, let me get you some light. If you go down, you see that hole right here, and that's what you're gonna do. You know what we need? We need the head band for the camera. So just put a flat head screwdriver, squeeze it. Can you hold the camera for a second?
Sure.
Very close. Once you squeeze it and you see the space comes here, hold it, then go with the screwdriver in, squeeze it more and more. And all what it is just 4 big clips right here. That's why you're trying to squeeze out. Now you have the light bulbs exposed right here.
So now we're gonna put the light bar in place. We're gonna feed the harnesses in. And we're gonna put the two half inches, I think.
I believe yes, it was 1/2 inch.
So okay guys, we have a change in our plans. Since we're gonna use the extension, not using the fender tip light, we actually gonna switch the whole fender to the Bart one that we have here. I think this one came from 2011 or 2013 Street Glide, which should fit exactly the same, but in the one we have in the Electra Glide, there are these 3 holes, the 2 for the screws that hold the light in place and the big opening that feed the wire harness through. which is after we put the extension, is gonna leave these 3 holes open, and we have to find a way to seal them or like block them. So we decide we have that fender with no openings here, so we're just gonna go ahead and replace the whole fender. And to do so, we're gonna have to get these tour back bracket off and take the strut cover off, and then we're gonna expose the screws that hold the fender in place and take the whole fender out. So let's get started. We're gonna start by removing these tour back brackets. These are T40, 3 of them. So that's what we're gonna do first. So now we're gonna remove that 11mm bolt here, so we can take that strut cover off. Now we're gonna have to remove these 4, 2 here and 2 on the other side, these 4 bolts. I think that's all what's gonna be holding the rear fender in place. So let's go ahead and remove these 4 and we'll go from there. And the last 2 screws is gonna be here. These are brackets that go in the inside of the fender here. So we actually loosened the one here in the middle when we took the wires off. So I think we don't have to remove these now. We're gonna remove them later anyway to put our extension. But let's try now to get that fender removed. Let's see. I pushed a little bit here so I can take that, clear that from the frame, and then I twist it and I remove the other side. Now what we're gonna do of the bike, we're gonna switch everything. We get the other one and we'll put it side to side and we'll go over it. So that was the bracket anyway. We're gonna remove that bracket. It's the same T40 2 bolts here, and there's nuts in the back. We're gonna remove that later when we put the extension, but now we're gonna focus on switching everything, our harnesses, our poles, these mounting nuts, everything. We're gonna switch from the original Electra Glide to the Street Glide. We're gonna do that now, and it's gonna be like few bolts and screws, and we're gonna switch the light housing and everything. So let's do that. So okay guys, now to take the harness off that rubber shield or tubing, I'm gonna have to get that plastic harness out so I can pull the rest of the wire off. Then I'm gonna feed it back into the other fender and then put the harness back on. And this one here, it has kind of two locking mechanisms. The first one is gonna be that plastic here in both ends. Then after this we're gonna remove every single wire pin, and to remove this you're gonna need to just get a very tiny flathead screwdriver from here, then a little bit from the other side, a little bit from, there's a little bit tap here, and you're gonna keep doing this till it pop out. Again, you're dealing with a very delicate plastics, so make sure don't break anything. Otherwise, you're gonna have to buy a new connector. Okay, here we go. A little bit more here. Here we go. You heard that click. Now we remove that tap. Let's do the other side. So now once we get these two locks off, the rest will be the same like what we did when we did the wire harness for the handlebar. All what you need to do is just get, this one's a little bit smaller, so I'm gonna get a safety pin. It's the same idea, and go inside with an angle until it stops. Then you're gonna feel like you push up, and once you push up, the wire is just gonna come off the other side like this. So we're gonna keep going and do all of them, then get the whole harness out. So as you guys noticed, I was trying to feed everything, including the insulation, through the rubber tube inside the fender, but it's gonna be hard. But since I removed the connector, the harness, then I just pulled the wire, then we're gonna feed the wires to the other rubber hose or rubber tube in the other fender, then put the insulation back. So let's go ahead and do this. So okay guys, we now switch it, the harness, we fit it through the rubber tube, and now we're gonna get the connector back. So we took pictures before, so we know where exactly we're gonna put every one of these wires into the connector. So let's go ahead and do this, check the photos, the pictures we took, and start to put them back. So now the last thing that we need to switch is these four nuts that the four poles go into here to hold the fender to the frame. Both sides are 19 millimeters. So that's inside, and the pole was a washer in the outside. We'll go ahead and do all four, and I'm gonna do one by one and do the swap right away while they are side to side. So we already did the swap of these four nuts with a threaded piece that will have the main bolts that hold the fender in place. And now we're gonna switch everything back, all the bolts and nuts and everything, all the bracket that we removed from the original fender or our main fender to this one. So let's go ahead and get everything done. So now, since we swapped everything and finished the fender, now it's ready to be put on the bike again. But before I do this, I'm gonna go ahead and remove that bracket. I need it out anyway because we're gonna put the extension, the fender extension, and the brackets or the screws and nut that are gonna hold that extension in place. So we need that bracket out, so it's much easier now. So to remove that bracket, we're gonna need a T40 for these two bolts and 13 millimeter for the two nuts in the back. So let's go ahead and take that bracket off. Then after this, we're gonna go ahead and put the fender on, then put the strut covers on, and put the torque back brackets on, the quick release brackets on, and we'll be done with the fender swap. So let's go ahead. Okay guys, we put everything back together. We put the fender in, we put the strut covers, we put the tour pack brackets, the easy detachable or quick release bracket. So that's almost a huge work here, swapping all these harnesses and all the brackets and put the lights back on. Took a lot of time. We're very late at night, so that will be it for today's video. And as you guys can see, looks great with these. I like these pullet style turn signal. We're gonna have some LEDs coming for these turn signals, and that will be in the next video. Also next video, I think we're gonna get ready to put the new saddlebag with extension and the fender extension was a light and the extension. That will be, looks great. And then we had time also, we received our new amplifier that we're gonna also try to connect it and try to position it into the saddlebag. So we hope this video is going to be helpful for you guys and enjoyable, and hope you're enjoying that build with us. Please give us like and subscribe. Thank you so much guys, and have a great one.